Hey everyone, how's it going and welcome back to my channel. Today we're having another 5-minute manga review where I talk about cool new manga series and basically give you my first impressions of them. It's not a full-length series review, especially since this manga just released its first volume last week. So I can't wait to talk about it, and I hope you are all excited to hear about this manga today because this was one of my most hyped manga for 2025, and that is Firefly Wedding. But before I start talking about the manga itself, let's put that timer up in the corner because we only have 5 minutes to talk about this, and let's get started. So, Firefly Wedding is being published by Shoujo Beat. It's by Oreko Tachibana, and it's rated teen plus. It features a lot of mature themes, but there are no spicy scenes for what I remember. Even though it's teen plus, I didn't see any spice. So if you're expecting a little bit of that stuff, it's not really present in volume 1, although there are mature things in mature places that they're going to, like brothels. But anyway, Firefly Wedding is something that I didn't really expect to read. I thought it was going to be romantic. I actually don't even know what I expected, but I didn't read. As I read, I was like, this is really not what I expected. If you look at the cover of this manga, you see our two main leads, Satoko, who comes from a noble family, and then we have Shinpei. Shinpei is her savior, but at the same time, he is also an assassin. I had no clue about this, by the way. I was totally clueless, like usual. But Shinpei, as you can see here, he has blood on his face. I also did not notice that before pre-ordering this manga. So when I started reading this, I did not expect it to be about a male yandere. I was like, oh man, really? I'm not used to that. First of all, I haven't seen a yandere in a while. Girl, boy, I haven't seen any yandere in a long time. And then for it to be a guy, an assassin who's a yandere, I was like, oh, okay, that's different. I was not expecting that at all. But basically, Satoko was kidnapped one day when she goes out to the public. She goes out, she's like, yeah, I finally have time to go shopping in town. And she gets kidnapped. As she's thrown into a cell, these men decide to try to take advantage of her and all that nonsense. But this guy, Shinpei's like, nope. They said, don't touch the goods, don't do anything. And yeah, they get their just desserts. But anyway, Shinpei is definitely a scary person. He definitely has a few screws loose, if you know what I'm saying. But basically, she tames the beast by being like, hey, I'll marry you. Stay with me. Not as dramatic, but still the point stands, where she proposes to him and he's like, you'll be my bride? Then I'm going to protect you forever and ever and ever. And so now we begin this love story between Satoko and Shinpei and this very, very unlikely pair of victim and the captor, I don't know, savior. And it's a very interesting manga. It's not very romantic at all, but she kind of is with this. I feel like, I know she's kind of playing along with this to survive and escape the island that she's now trapped on. But at the same time, I feel like she's kind of with it. She's like, I'm going to play this role, and she's not scared. So by no means is she a wimpy character. Satoko is not wimpy. She's not weak, in my opinion, either. She's playing the role, and I don't know how this manga is going to pan out. Honestly, it feels very, very unexpected and unpredictable to me. So I want to continue to read because of that aspect. He's very, very strange, though, Shinpei, so far. He's a yandere. He's like, I will do anything to protect you. I will kill for you. And I'm like, yeah, you're saying that a little too literally, He really means it, though. So he's a little bit unhinged, and if you like that kind of mess, Firefly Wedding is for you. If you want to be, to be reading unhinged messes, not quite Yakuza Fiancé mess. I love Yakuza Fiancé's messes because that is mess too. This is more unhinged mess. Unhinged. If you like unhinged messes, this is for you. And so I feel like there's definitely an audience for this. And it's going to be a wild ride, that's for sure. But if I had to rank my most recent shoujo purchases, I would have to rank this as number 3. My first favorite was probably Red River, that re-release. I've always loved Red River, so that's my number 1. Number 2 was Colette Decides to Die, and number 3 is Firefly Wedding. I was expecting Firefly Wedding to be number 2 or maybe number 1, considering it was new and fresh for me, but it just didn't stick for me like the other 2 titles. I'm wondering if that will change as the series continues, but that's how I feel so far. Shinpei definitely has a little bit of after he's like, yeah, you're gonna work at the brothel, you're gonna be a prostitute, that's the only way you can make it off the island. Then I saw him like watching, I don't know what's going on in this I'm just saying, if you like that little freaky stuff, you might like Firefly Wedding. But anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts on this first volume of this new manga. Anyway, if you have read Firefly Wedding, feel free to let me know in the comments section about how you felt about Firefly Wedding. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you want to read it? Do you not want to read it? Let me know in the comment section because I love interacting with all of you. As usual, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, comment or subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!